Hello everyone. Today, Hadley J. Bills and I will be proving that the trigonomic identity of secant of theta over cosine of theta minus tangent of theta over cotangent of theta is equal to 1.
We will do this by using trigonomic manipulatives, which each have their own shape representing their own function, which will be used to help solve this identity.
The first step in solving this trigonomic identity is to identify the side that is more complicated.
In this case, the left side of our equation is more complicated, so we will strictly work with that side. The next step is to turn everything that isn't a sine or cosine into a sine and cosine.
Secant of theta would turn into 1 over cosine of theta.
Tan of theta would turn into sine of theta over cosine of theta.
Cotangent of theta would turn into cosine of theta over sine of theta. And to make things a little bit easier for ourselves, we will go ahead and put cosine of theta over 1.
This leaves us with 1 over cosine of theta over cosine of theta over 1 minus sine of theta over cosine of theta over cosine of theta over sine of theta.
The next step in the process will be to multiply each side by the reciprocal of the denominator.
So it will become 1 over cosine of theta times 1 over cosine of theta minus sine of theta over cosine of theta times cosine of theta over sine of theta.
We are left with 1 over cosine squared of theta minus sine squared of theta over cosine squared of theta.
Considering each side of the identity now has similar terms, we are able to subtract the two numerators and consolidate the two denominators into 1.
Thus, we are left with 1 minus sine squared of theta over cosine squared of theta.
From here, we see that 1 minus sine squared of theta is Pythagorean identity, which allows us to turn it into cosine squared of theta.
Now, we are left with cosine squared of theta over cosine squared of theta.
Anything divided by itself is 1, so our best and final answer is 1.
We have now completed this trigonomic identity using trigonomic manipulatives and other identities.
Thanks for watching!